art of saying no. It's just one word. It's a very strong word. It's just a simple no. Is it simple? And how can saying no be that simple? It's easy to think it, harder to say it, unless, of course, you've mastered the art of saying no. This is a masterclass on learning how to say no assertively and confidently. Saying no can be one of your most liberating acts of self-care and empowerment. In order to preserve our well-being, it's crucial to learn how to say no while not feeling guilty of being afraid of disappointing others. It's all about prioritizing our needs and preserving our time and energy with saying no, but with grace and confidence. So let's dive into the art of saying no. There are many benefits of saying no. Saying no projects our honesty when we voice our wants. Saying no demonstrates our assertiveness by vocalizing our needs. Saying no sets the stage for our values and our boundaries. And saying no shows our self-respect and self-worth. Saying no creates a positive space for self-care to recharge. Saying no fosters mutual respect and understanding with others. Saying no reduces stress and anxiety by not overcommitting and people-pleasing. Saying no allows us to stay away from negative spaces, places, and people. Saying no brings back our control over our life. Saying no allows us to choose what we want to do and who we want to spend time with. Saying no gives us an opportunity to filter out unnecessary obligations and responsibilities. Saying no allows us to conserve our energy and our time for the activities and relationships that truly matter to us. How do we say no? We must be clear and we must be direct. When declining requests or invitations, we need to be honest and straightforward in our responses. Expressing our decisions with clarity and empathy helps us avoid vague excuses, white lies, and apologies. We must remember to be our own priority, and that means saying no as an act of our own self-care and not selfishness. Doing what is right for us should not cause any feelings of guilt. Instead, by freeing ourselves of unwanted obligations, we confidently and lovingly say yes to ourselves. Whenever we are going to say no, take a few minutes and think about possible alternatives right after we decline that request. This will show a sign of goodwill, compromising, and flexibility. Prioritize our commitments based on our values and goals. If something doesn't align with these, saying no is essential for our own mental health and emotional well-being. Value our essential tasks versus distractions. And let's allocate our time and energy according to growth, goals, and desires, not somebody else's. So how do we say no? Here's some ways to master the art of saying no. Assertiveness is all about communicating our needs, wants, and our boundaries in a clear and respectful manner. We can say no in a direct and straightforward manner without being reactive, apologetic, or defensive. The art is to stay calm, cool, and collected. Use assertive language. Practice saying no in front of a mirror, which will help build your confidence and assertiveness skills. We have to set clear boundaries and know our limits and be able to communicate them clearly to others. We must know what we will tolerate and what we will not. The art here is to know thyself. We must know what makes us feel uncomfortable and know how to politely decline. We must know what saying no will do for us in the long run. Example, when everyone else is having fun and they want us to join in. However, we have work to do. Saying no will avoid feelings of guilt and bring us closer to accomplishing our goals. When saying no, focus on expressing our feelings, wants, and needs, and we do this by using I statements. So here are 2 examples of how to say no starting with I. Example number 1. We have a deadline to complete and our friends want us to see the latest chick flick that we've been waiting for. So here's what you say. I want to stay home tonight because it's important for me to complete this project that I've been working on. Example number 2. We're working really hard in the gym, trying to release weight, building our muscles. We're eating a high nutrient fuel, and someone offers us cake. So we simply say, I am so happy that you've offered me cake. However, in order for me to stay on track with my health and fitness goals, right now I must decline. Thank you though. Enjoy. Another art of saying no is by offering alternatives. Whenever we're about to say no, have a backup plan. Offer alternatives whenever possible. For example, I can't make a late dinner. I have an early morning Zumba class that I just don't want to miss. So why don't we grab lunch this week instead? Doing this shows that you're willing to present alternatives and shows we're willing to offer alternate solutions. Practice self-compassion. We must be kind to ourselves and recognize that it's okay for us to prioritize our own needs. Saying no doesn't make us selfish or uncaring. It's an act of self-respect and self-preservation. When practicing self-compassion, we remind ourselves that we deserve to prioritize what's best for us. And lastly, let go of the guilt. Guilt is a common emotion associated with saying no. However, it's important to recognize that we are not responsible for meeting everyone else's expectations. We can let go of guilt by reminding ourselves that we have the right to say no without feeling guilty or obligated to explain anything to anyone else. Practice mindfulness. We must stay present and connected to our inner thoughts and our feelings when making decisions about saying no. Mindfulness can help us make empowered choices that honor our needs and our boundaries. By practicing assertiveness, setting clear boundaries, using I statements, offering alternatives, letting go of guilt, and staying mindful, we can navigate the art of saying no. Did you just say no? Did you just say no? So now, I want you to have a amazing day. And don't say no.